The Sofia Gray Show.
Hello, listeners and kinky friends. Welcome to the Sofia Gray Show, where we discuss all things sex, kinks, and fetishes. From the sex stories to the latest trends in the erotic world, we talk taboo transparently. This podcast is brought to you by Sofia Gray, the largest used underwear marketplace. I'm Tracy Bust.
And I'm Lacey Bloom.
And Lacey, good morning.
Good morning.
We're recording this in the morning.
And it's so appropriate, too, because our topic of the day is morning sex. Can you tell we're still a little bit sleepy?
Yeah, I mean, it is a little, but it was daylight saving, so I think that's why.
Yeah, so kudos to everyone in the world listening that does not experience daylight savings.
Right, yeah.
Because springing forward, I don't know why they call it, I mean, I get it that it's spring, but I got no spring in my step. I am not springing anywhere, let alone forward.
I know. But, some people, this is the stupidest segue you're ever going to hear. Some people like to spring forward on the mattress springs.
Wow.
You like that?
That was a stretch, but I appreciate it.
Okay, listen, you should see it. I am really awake this morning. But no, today we're discussing morning sex. And
yes. I'm a fan.
I love morning sex.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. And you know what? I was really thinking about it, and obviously we're going to talk specifically about like all the health benefits to morning sex, which I did not realize I was getting, but now I understand why I'm so great in the morning, not just at sex. I mean,
well,
just
you're
like
great
in general.
At everything. Yeah, come on now.
But yeah, I'm an early bird by nature,
Yeah.
so I feel like morning sex works well for me and my productivity.
I hear you, and for a lot of people, there was this in-depth study by Mattress Advisor. I haven't heard of this website before, but Mattress Advisor is like, this is great.
Yeah.
Big fan.
I want them to advise me on my mattress.
Yeah. With me on Mattress Advisor. I'm sure you're great. Okay. So they did this study, and most people start their mornings with like a trip to the bathroom. They check their cell phone. They, make coffee, and then they have like a quick shower. But however, on days where like people like these participants would have morning sex, their days would be like way more productive.
That's so interesting.
So it seems like there is a thing of like morning wood. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Like there's this joke like men have morning wood, and there's something true to that because like men do like their testosterone levels are like higher in the morning. That's
so interesting. Yeah. It's funny because I'm looking at this survey by Love Honey, who's a popular sex toy brand. If you haven't checked out Love Honey, I highly suggest you do so. But yeah, according to this survey by Love Honey, men are horniest between 6 and 9 a.m. in the morning, and women are typically at their horniest between 11 at night and 2 in the morning, which I guess... That's so funny because I feel the opposite for me personally.
I know. Yeah. I definitely think like that's an interesting study. Yeah. I don't relate to it at all. I mean, I think maybe I'm just horny all the time, but like
that's true. Maybe like my horny internal clock is just like thrown off, but yeah, it's so funny because, we do associate morning wood specifically with men reaching their peak level of horniness. And it's in the morning.
Yeah. And there's that like, kind of like cliche thing of like guys are horny in the morning and women are not, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess there's truth to that. I don't know.
Let me tell you though, if morning sex does anything for me, it's the fact that I don't need to go to the gym in the morning if I have morning sex.
Because you do have like those endorphins that you get at the gym. You do burn calories, as everyone knows.
Yeah.
Here's something else that's so crazy though. Okay, so, as we know, testosterone levels are higher in the morning. Men are hornier in the morning. That means that if you are having sex with your man, ladies, like the guy will last longer. It won't just be like a one and done. Like honestly, it's more fun. Like after reading this, I was like, oh yeah, no wonder like morning sex is a lot more fun. Like we're both like into it. I feel like the orgasms are better. Like they're more attentive. It's not just like, oh, hey, not that, whatever. Do you know what I mean though?
Well, and what a great way to start your day. You know, whether you have to, go to work at, 8:30, 9 in the morning, or, you're living that art lifestyle and you've stayed up late bartending and doing a gig and everything. I'm like, even if that's the case, this is a great way to jumpstart your day and set you up with some energy to get you through, keep you more motivated
and less stress. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like, yes, obviously it's a stress reliever. Oxytocin. Am I saying that right?
Oxytocin.
Oh my God, guys, I'm so sorry. Let me take the oxytocin.
Oxytocin. That's the love hormone. Yeah.
Oxytocin is released during intercourse, and and that's why,
that's I forgive me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the same love hormone that you experience when it's like you hold like a newborn baby and like you smell like, the fresh scent of baby, and it gives you like these warm, happy, fuzzy feelings.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the release of oxytocin.
Oh, cool.
It's so funny though that it's like morning sex releasing this hormone or holding a baby.
But also the cortisol, which is a stress hormone, that is decreased during sex. And so that can help you have like a less stressful day. It also like helps your brain. You know what I mean?
That's good. And who doesn't want like their brain turned on turned on in more ways than one?
You know what I mean?
Am I right?
Blink, blink.
First thing in the morning though. I mean, then you're ready to start the day.
Because, studies have shown that sex releases a mix of neurotransmitters and hormones like dopamine, and that's the feel-good hormone.
Yeah.
And it can boost your brain health and mental cognition.
Well, I mean, what's not to love about that? I mean, I feel like whenever I'm stressed, one of the first things I do, or if I have a headache, something like that, I just go and rub one out. I'm like,
why not?
Unless you have a partner handy and accessible to you. But orgasms are a main source of relief, at least for me.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's for so many different reasons, health related.
Yeah.
Okay, Lacey, what's your skincare routine like in the morning?
Oh my gosh. Like, where do I start?
Oh, you have a thing.
It's like a whole thing. You got to wash the face, and then I moisturize, and then
suntan lotion.
Yeah, and I have like four different under the eye cream. Yeah, I feel like lately I've had to use that a lot more. I've also noticed myself having every once in a while, I feel like once a week I'll notice like a gray hair, and I'm like,
oh no,
get out of here.
Oh no.
Yeah. So it's a whole routine.
Well, here's the thing. Morning sex can also like aid in your routine. Maybe you can avoid some of those products because estrogen is released during orgasm, and that can aid in the prevention of aging skin. Because when your skin ages, there's a decrease of collagen.
Right.
But with estrogen, it doesn't decrease. And so then, your skin is more resistant to the wrinkles.
I mean, I'm just wondering why we have this like idea that sex comes like last thing at night before you go to bed.
I know.
Like,
no.
Listen to all these benefits. Like this is, what other way would you want to start the day? I mean, this is going to wake you up, make you feel good, make you look good, a whole lot better than a cup of coffee.
I know.
Or three. I think morning sex can also, I mean, obviously it's going to make you feel good. It's going to make you look good. I think it can also boost your confidence, like just as it does at night.
Yeah.
But in the morning, especially if it's like you have to go right into work afterwards, you have to go to a meeting, you have to go to an interview, whatever it might be. That would be the best day to have morning sex, I would think, is if you got
before an interview
or an audition.
God. Like bam, bam, here I am. I'm ready for the job.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Give it to me now.
Yeah.
Because he already did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it would definitely boost your confidence levels as you head into whatever it is that you're facing for the rest of the day.
Because I feel like when you're having sex, you feel sexy. Or, like I enjoy feeling sexy during sex, and feeling sexy gives me a level of confidence. And then having that throughout my day, like you just carry yourself higher. You're standing straighter and all that stuff.
Yeah. And I think besides the fact that we've kind of conditioned ourselves to believe that sex is meant for the evening before bed in a dark room in a bed, we also kind of have this idea that, well, the reason we don't have morning sex is because there's no time.
I know.
Like, how do we fit this into our routine?
Absolutely. Everyone was like, oh, mornings are the busiest. Like, how do you fit it in? Because, like, in theory, like, when you're like, oh, I'm going to plan to have morning sex this week, it's like, oh, God, no, I don't know if I can.
Right.
But you can.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, even if it's just a matter of taking out a little bit of time from your morning routine, which it sounds like we can do, ladies. We don't need to fix up our skin when we're having morning sex. But did you know this? I saw this online that women take an average of 21 days, 15 hours, and 48 minutes every year to get ready in the morning.
Wow.
Whatever
that's
that means.
That's a lot.
Right?
Yeah. So like all the time, like, you know, mush it together.
Yeah. Doing your makeup, doing your hair, taking a shower, whatever it is. That is the amount of time we spend getting ready for the entire year, over 21 days. For men, 8 days, 11 hours, and 12 minutes.
That's insane.
Yeah. Isn't it? And I'm not even talking about your commute time.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about,
just, like,
grabbing your coffee.
teeth.
Yeah. It's just your getting ready time. So men are almost a third. They're spending almost a third of the amount of time that women are to get ready in the morning. So I know it might seem, especially for the ladies, that we don't have the time.
Yeah.
However, we're here to tell you, you do.
Yeah.
You have the possibility of setting an earlier alarm. And you know what? It might be worth it. It might sound a little crazy to do that. Like, I need as much beauty sleep as I can get.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're just talking about 15, 20 minutes.
I know. And it does sound daunting, like, oh my God, an even earlier alarm. But then I was like, well, you know, you don't really have to get out of bed. You know what I mean?
Right,
like, it's like, you know, you wake up, you're looking at your phone, and it's like, well, instead of looking at your phone, why don't you have a little sex?
Exactly. Now, I don't know if that's going to work necessarily for everyone. I think it's great for the people who do get more than their, you know, typical 7.5, 8 hours of sleep. You know, it's more at that point, like you've reached the peak of how long you should be sleeping.
Right. Absolutely.
So if you happen to have the extra time, why not?
Yeah. And obviously it's not like every day, you know what I mean? It's not like, you know, you don't want to like make it unfun. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't need to be a chore, you know? But yeah, I mean, like try once a week setting your alarm earlier. And it's like, oh, okay. Don't, you know, here's something that I find sexy though. It's like you're waking up in the morning and you're with your partner and then like you start whispering like naughty things to each other and then that kind of like boosts the mood. Yes. You know what I mean?
That's the best way to wake up.
That's my favorite thing. I had a partner where we did that a lot and it was just like, it was like the hottest thing.
Yeah. Have you ever, I woke up one time with my guy like about to just go down on me. Like he was like already down there, already touching me. And like before anybody's thinking like, Lacey, you were sleeping. He was touching you. No. This is somebody that I'm very much with and everything. Yeah. Like we know that it's what's okay with each other. But
he wakes you up with his mouth.
Oh my God. Yeah. That I'm just like, but the whispering too, that sounds great.
Whispering is so great. Yeah. I'm trying like in my life to like talk more. I mean, I do, you know, say dirty things, but I want to like be able to, sometimes I feel like awkward, you know? And so I'm trying like hard to like not feel like, I mean, obviously, like, you know, whatever, like, host a kink pod, you know, but like, I know sometimes I still have like my little, like, feel like self-conscious if I say something dirty or like, I'm trying to like be in the mood. I still have these like sides of me where I'm like, am I really into it? Am I being sexy? But so I'm like really trying to work hard on that.
You're your own brand of sexy.
I'm my own brand of sexy. So I feel like whispering things in the morning, like, has been really helpful for me in terms of like making me more confident. You know what I mean?
Well, and I think that would get my male partner up and at him too. And it's also, I think when we think of foreplay and outer course, we think of them as being ways to kind of gear up to intercourse and everything. But this, I mean, you guys could have just some great outer course first thing in the morning. Yeah. You could, you know, the whispering might just turn you on enough that you can skip the foreplay and go straight to the main dish.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's lots of possibilities. Also, I mean, and I think this is mostly for the ladies, but I think it's a matter of, and this is how I kind of schedule my day outside of, you know, the bedroom as well.
Sure.
Is if you're taking away time, it can feel like you're taking away time from something else. If you're taking the time to have this morning sex. But I think it's just a matter of tweaking your morning routine a little bit. You know, we mentioned the wonderful benefits morning sex can have. You know, maybe this is when you skip that trip to the gym. This is when you don't have to do a full-on facial routine. So just tweaking your morning routine a little bit, I think could make all the difference. And I know that can be tough. I mean, 54% of people in that Mattress Advisor study said that they'd rather have time for their morning shower than risk missing it for morning sex.
I mean, I hear that though. You know,
it's routine.
It is. And we have there's so much, our lives were filled with so much pressure. And I feel like mornings are when you feel that pressure the most.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But one, change your thinking. We're fine.
Yeah.
But here's a cutesy response to that. Shower together. You don't have time for your shower. Have sex in the shower. You know what I mean?
It's so easy. I mean, we're not saying that morning sex has to be done in bed. I mean, that's a wonderful way to roll over and begin the day. However, if you're trying to stick to your routine and save a little bit of water.
Exactly.
Scrub-a-dub-dub, my friends.
No, scrub-a-dub-dub each other.
Yeah. No. And you know what? I'm not a fan of shower sex itself, just because I think we've talked about this before when it comes to like the water and like less lubrication and everything.
Yeah.
However, I think there's like the shower is like optimum place for like some good oral sex.
Yeah, I definitely think I'm not the biggest fan of shower sex either, but I love foreplay in the shower and then having sex. So, I mean, regardless, guys, you're doing something hot in the shower and the hot isn't just the water.
Yeah. And we talked about, kind of switching up locations, like taking it from the bedroom to the shower
to the kitchen,
over that cup of coffee right there. Right.
I mean, why not? Yeah.
But you can also kind of switch things up with some easy to climax sex positions. Like if you're in there to just kind of start the day off right, get in, get out. What works for you, what works for your body. And, it doesn't have to be a huge event. We don't have to make this giant deal out of having morning sex. I wish it was part of your routine personally.
Yeah. But I do think it's like also one of these things of like, if it has to be quick and it's also like has to do with like communicating with your partner and telling each other what you like. So then in the morning, you can just like kind of like get right to, do you know what I mean?
Right. Go like from spooning to a little bit of doggy style.
It's like knowing what you and your partner like, through communication, it can make morning sex feel more efficient and not as daunting as like it seems.
Yeah. My one major piece of advice when it does come to morning sex is whether you're having it in the bed or the shower, wherever you decide to do it, do not leave that spot until you are both satisfied.
Oh, yeah.
I do not want one of you to finish and the other one to then think, okay, I guess I should go brush my teeth now.
Yeah.
Like make this part of your routine with your partner, not your individual routine, but your routine with your partner. Make sure you both climax, enjoy it. You're both ready to start your day. And then, you'll just go about your day after that.
Yeah. Nice skipping your step.
Yeah. Even though, according to this Mattress Advisor study, it seems like more men are inclined to want to have morning sex than women, apparently 36.8% of men and 63.3% of women have never had morning sex.
Wow. I mean, that makes sense. Like I was like, oh, that's a high percentage. But then I was like, oh, that makes sense because looking at my life, I have sex more in the evenings than in the morning.
Sure.
So it's like, oh yeah, it would make sense. That does seem like an appropriate, like, it makes sense that would be the stat.
If you think about if you're a single person, if you're poly, whatever your orientation is, generally when you go out to meet partners, you don't go out first thing in the morning and find, maybe you do. I mean, and if you do, kudos to you.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, I feel like morning sex, we're kind of attributing more to partners who have spent the night together and they are already there in bed together to start the day next side by side.
Right. And I mean, but it's like, there's so people, we have all different walks of life. Like having a kid versus not is huge.
Right.
When your job starts versus not is huge. What your job is, so that's why, it's hard to like put these things in like blanket terms, I think. But
Sure.
I understand why the percentage is high.
Yeah. There are also differences as far as the frequency of morning sex goes. depending on gender and sexual orientation. And this is, again, is according to the Mattress Advisor study. Our good friends at Mattress Advisor, not sponsored by Mattress Advisor.
It's so funny because like when I first read it, I'm like, Mattress, don't they like sell mattresses?
And then some.
And then they're also doing, okay, great. Thanks, Mattress Advisor. I'll go in, ask what my best mattress is for doggy style.
Right.
Not a squeaky.
So according to that study, for men, it's about 4.2 times per month. So, I mean, I guess we're saying once a week, which is perfect. That's what I'm thinking we should all do.
Yeah.
For women, a little bit lower, 3.1 times per month. So I guess, they're having sex with their male partners 3 out of those 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It's about 2.6 times per month for heterosexuals, 2.9 times per month for bisexuals, and 3 times per month for homosexuals.
Yeah, it's interesting because like it's not really that much of a divide here. It is like, okay, 3 to 4 times a month is most people.
Absolutely.
I think that's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like life is so busy.
Right.
Once a week or however, like, or, 3 to 4 times a month.
Yeah.
Like, that can really...
It's a nice little treat.
It's
a good way to start
yeah.
the day. Now, can you guess which days of the week morning sex is perhaps like the most popular?
I mean, I had the weekends, right? It's the weekends.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Saturday seems to prove the most popular from the study. 71% of people said that Saturday was like the go-to morning sex day.
Oh, yeah.
66% said Sunday. So,
Sure,
I mean, not far
yeah.
behind. I know. I always think Sunday, lazy Sunday.
I know. No.
Isn't that a Bruno Mars song? There's like a lazy day, lazy Sunday
I thought
song.
that was a Saturday Night Live song with
that one too. Yeah. No, but there's like today I don't feel like doing anything.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's not about Sunday. Maybe I just picture it being on Sunday.
It could be any day. Any day can be lazy. Lacey, any day can be lazy. It's funny. Like I always thought like my favorite day to have morning sex is Fridays because it's like, it's the weekend.
We made it.
So you have like one more day of work. You know what I mean? It makes your Fridays fun.
And you know what? For me, I feel like it would probably be like Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because Monday is like you've just had the weekend. You're feeling refreshed. You're ready to go. Tuesday, I feel is like the useless day during the week.
Yeah.
Like Wednesday, you're halfway there.
Wednesday's hump day.
Thursday
literally.
And then Thursday is Little Friday. You've almost made it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Tuesday is the day that I'm shooting for.
You're shooting for Tuesday. It's weird because like on the days like Monday through Thursday, the highest day of that morning sex happens is Wednesday.
Hump day,
literally, because it's like you need to get something for the week. So like Monday, it's like 15% of people, say morning sex is the easiest. Then there's Tuesday, which is 13%, and then Wednesday is 17%. I know it's like a tiny little thing, but I'm like, oh, that's so interesting. Wednesday,
yeah, that's the day. You've it's your reward. You've made it halfway through the week. Here you go, orgasm.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess what it all boils down to is that it does seem like people are trying to incorporate more morning sex into their routine, but they don't know how.
Yeah.
So, if you are having morning sex around once a week, that seems like a great way to kind of spice up the relationship, switch things around a little bit. And obviously things like kids, jobs, stressors, high and low moments, both in your life, that, your sex life is bound to change with that as well. So, what we're saying is, if you do feel like you are a little overwhelmed, things are moving too fast, this is a great way to just slow things down, even just for 20 minutes in the morning, first thing, before you are sure to have a wonderful day.
Exactly. Yeah.
So whether you're looking to buy or sell used panties, Sofia Gray has got you covered. If you want to start earning some extra cash, you can set up your own shop in minutes and start selling your own used underwear. And they take no commission. You'll keep 100% of every single sale that you make.
If you got a kink for used panties and are looking to buy your next pair, look no further. Oh, and the whole process is completely anonymous. Sofia Gray will never share, store, or archive your personal information. The name Sofia Gray won't even appear on your bank receipt.
So head on over to sofiagray.com to start selling or buying used panties now. Until next time, we're your hosts, Lacey Bloom.
And I'm Tracy Bust.
And we're here to say, let them be kinky. There's no kink shaming here.